Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night, wherever you may be. Stamp collecting is fun. And wherever you are on this journey of ours collecting stamps, I hope you're having a fantastic day. I've done a little cartoon funny just to begin matters. So we got George here. He's saying core stamps, and he's pointing. You know what it is. I could actually colour them in slightly, couldn't I? Could I not? Because stamps are all sorts of different colours. So proof that stamps can be, don't know if that looks any better, I don't know. Anyway, we'll get to the main purpose of, I'm just putting the lids back on the, how's that happened even? Put the lids back on the, what a complete mess. There we are. Right, we'll get rid of George for now. I'll put him sit over there. And we'll look at some stamps, some randoms I thought I'd have a look at today. So dive deep into a crusty old box and brought out a bag of stamps. That will have to stay in. So here we've got some stamps. So let's have a little look what we've got. Is there anything exciting? All being that every stamp tells a story and is potentially exciting. Argentina, the runners-up of the World Cup, I believe they were. And that's actually the postal building in Buenos Aires, which is big, and I bet it's not as big now because people are no longer using stamps and letters as they used to. Denmark, 15 ore. It shows the Danish ship, a Danish vessel. Here we have the Boys Brigade from 1883 to 1983, Guernsey, one of the Channel Islands. There's Jersey, Guernsey, Sark. There's another one as well. Gabon, which sounds a bit African to me. What a beautiful stamp though. French. We have some sort of barge system maybe going on there. We have boats, either a river or the sea. I'd suggest it's a river. What a beautiful stamp. It shows the name of the artist there, possibly. I'm not sure, but that's a lovely stamp. And also, you see the Republique Française. So Gabon would have been a protectorate of the French Empire. Here we've got two-tone, nice Repubblica Argentina again, 1 peso. We have the rising sun there. We have a person, a female I would suggest, someone who works the land, welcoming the dawn. More Argentina, man with beard, Martin Gomez, a local hero down in Argentina way, south of the border, Argentina way. Back up north to Hans Janssen from 1536. That was his era, and this commemorates his anniversary. Denmark, very nice. Next we go to the wedding, or possibly the coronation. I think that's the coronation of George VI and the Queen Mother. I know he was king, but I think she was queen. Unlike our queen. Our queen was the head, but they may have ruled as a pair. I know William and Mary didn't they? But William of Orange and Mary did. But I've got a feeling that they were joint rulers. No, actually, maybe not, because when he died, she didn't take over. So, yeah, I could be wrong with that. And as if to emphasise that, we've got a Nyasaland there. And we've got a St Christopher and Nevis, which are islands in the West Indies. Nyasaland, I think, is middle of Africa. Something like that. Very interesting history around stamps that you can learn stuff. I mean, I forget very quickly. Well, I get things wrong, obviously, but it's interesting, isn't it? You know, Argentina, what's all this about? This looks like someone swearing allegiance to possibly the constitution of Argentina. Again, we see the rising sun there. So maybe that has something to do with it. Of course, people may say there's more important things in life than that. But for me, as I come to the twilight, to the sunset of my life, I want to try and learn a little bit more about stuff. Gold Coast. So immediately we're getting a little bit of a collection here of, let's pull these out. Those three, it's turned over, it matters, but three there. Nyasaland, Gold Coast, and St Christopher and Nevis. So possibly there was a lot of. Oh, here's another. Ceylon, now known as Sri Lanka. Again, 1937. So it is the coronation. I think that's a nice little collection. Kenya, Uganda and Tanganyika. They haven't bothered with their own as such. They just used the two protagonists, King and Queen, and Crown, but different colours. Oh, yeah. Anyway, we move on. Magyar Post, one of those made for selling. It's a Christmas stamp, and you'd expect Hungary, being a communist state, wouldn't really, but maybe, I don't know. I've been a bit confused. I mean, they said that Christianity and the Latin religion was banned in the Eastern Bloc, and you know, when I pick up stamps and I see representations of the birth of Christ, I wonder about that. So here we got a 16 yen. It's not yen, it's China. You can tell it's China by, first of all, it says China there. But then you see that little box there. There's a little box and a line through it. That tells you it's China. China. Here we've got an old Österreich, the Kingdom of Hungary, Austria. Pre First World War, I would suggest that is. So that's a nice little find. I do like the old stamps. Here we have another one. But this one has got an overprint. That's interesting. This is Deutsche Post. Kaiserlicht. What is that? Deutsch Reich. I'm not 100% sure. I need to keep that out. That's actually quite a find for me because I don't have one of those in my Kaiserslautern, Kaiserlicht, Königsliche, Österreich Post collection. Excuse my spitting all over the place. Keep that one out. May actually just have to keep that one out with it. Yes. Next up, Republic Argentina. Seems to be a lot of Argentina stuff going on. Again, it's people in fields. I don't know, creating a land for them, a republic for them to live in, free of kingship. What have we got here? Republic of China? I think that needs to come out. That's China. It's got to be an early one because it says Republic of China. That is interesting, isn't it? Keep that out also. That's an interester. As is that, I do not have one. Oh, I may have one of the Kaiser, the Austrian Emperor, on horseback. I don't know. It has to be kept out. I'm having a bit of fun with these. What's this at the back? There seems to be a number at the back. We turn her over. And it's actually a platypus from Aussie. 9p. Postas Algeria, an Algeria stamp. Again, you see the French influence there. Very nice. Here we have Argentina again, a nice couple, a nice pair together. They want to be together. Jose de San Martin. And here we have another coronation, Cancel in Valletta, which is the capital of Malta, which is where this stamp is, or was. It was printed in Britain for Malta, so they were all these were printed in Britain and sent over to all the colonies and etc. etc. Republic of Argentina. Very nice. I should do more with Argentina, but wow, there's only so many countries. We've got China again here, Republic of China. Again, here we have a man in a paddy field growing rice in front of a palace of some sort. Nice, keep that to one side. I think that's a belter. I don't think there's any value in it, but it's it's unusual. This, I don't know what that is. Could it be Japan? Whatever it is, keep it out. I'm afraid I'm getting a bit addicted to all this sort of stuff again. Republic of Argentina, 1945, end of war. Not that they were particularly involved with it. I think they did house a few people on the run after the war. Fruit. Republic of Argentina. Of course, they may say, well, you know what, we got away from the European model. We've started our own country, and we can do, that war's yours, not ours. So you can do what you like, and we can do what... That's interesting. What is that? A Guernsey entertainment's tax stamp. I've never seen such a thing or heard of such a thing. They tax everything. Even being happy, even entertainment. Here to entertain you. Wow. Wow. Who'd have thought they'd have discovered a way of taxing entertainment? The boys to entertain you. That's a lovely stamp. A nice early... Again, that needs to be kept out. That's of interest. My AI is going to be having a headache looking at all this stuff for me. Most of these are Argentina. There's some Beauties slipped in here. What's this? Denmark King. And again, I'm kind of running out of time, unfortunately. Can we find another Republic of China? That shows it a little bit better, that junk. Wow. Keep it out. I think here's another one. Grab hold. Again, that Republic of China. So some of this sort of collection of Chinese stamps has found their way into a bag of... I'm talking because I'm fiddling around trying to grab hold of one more. And you see, it's not actually in the China. It has got Chinese lingo at the top, and it's got the European lingo at the bottom. So they're saying with the Republic of China is we're moving away from the European model again into independence for China. It's very, very interesting. Is Argentina again? Yep. And I think we're coming up to that and finally moment, which I think we'll finish with, why not, a British stamp on paper, Babbage, the founder of the computer language, I believe, not necessarily the computer. That is it for now. George is having fun with his stamps. I've had fun with mine. I hope you have fun with yours. Talk soon. Bye for now.